for Coronado. Centennial 14, Coronado 13. We'll be right back after this commercial break. It's a beautiful Saturday night here in the Las Vegas area. We got ourselves a close matchup heading into the second quarter here. Visiting Centennial High School, 1 point lead over the home Coronado Cougars. This defense from Centennial early on here is really eye-opening. They turn up the intensity, they switch well, their help defense is all over the place. But now we're starting to see both coaches utilize their bench, and we're going to see if they're able to keep up that intensity and assignment sound basketball. That's number 35, Sia, who hit the big three before the first quarter ended. Came off an offensive rebound. Coronado making the most of their second chance points here. Centennial had a possession in the first quarter where they had 4 offensive rebounds and no points came of it. We have a foul underneath the basket there. Number 13, Eric Hopkins, got the rebound and was hacked. That foul was on number 14, Ian Awolai. That'll be his second personal, first team foul. Appears the team fouls are resetting each quarter here. Taking the ball up for the Cougars is number 1, Munir Gregg. Looking to get a screen from Cia. They get the ball out to the right wing. Johnny Collins. Johnny Collins gets the ball to Cia. Snow, dribble handoff to Collins. 7 on the shot clock. Collins looking to make a move. Hits the pull-up jumper with a few seconds left to go on the shot clock. That was a big-time basket there. You can feel the momentum starting to shift here a little bit in the building. Coronado settling in. But Centennial matching them basket for basket. That's number 4, Carter Brown for 3. And Carter Butler was the one who got him the ball. Butler's name, you've heard it a lot here. I feel like we're going to hear it a lot more the rest of this game. Snow looking to drive it in. Johnny Collins, oh my goodness, an NBA range three-pointer. And it looks like the Cougars have officially settled in. That was a big-time shot there from Collins. But Butler takes it in, gets fouled hard from Collins there. That's 2. Wow. I hope that we can watch that back on the live stream. They just got up in perfect sync. That was crazy. Carter Butler went up strong, kind of went up with his knee in front of him. Johnny Collins took it right to the sternum. But we have the home court advantage in full effect here for Coronado. The cheerleaders right underneath the basket, giving Butler a hard time there. Centennial down 3. Butler cuts it to 2 with that basket. 5:57 left in the second quarter. We got number 3, Damari Hunter, dribbling it up there. Centennial turns it up there with the defense again. Trapping in the corners. They're able to get the steal. Layup was missed. That It's a tough layup there. Isaiah Rogers wishing he can have that one back. Ball goes off the rim, out of bounds. It's going to stay with Centennial. Centennial gets the ball, number one, Chris Lusk, and then is able to kick it out to Carter Butler. Butler to Rogers. Rogers at the top of the key. Rogers, pull-up jumper. He looks smooth with that jumper. That's the second time he's done it. That one was slightly off the mark there. Coronado advancing the ball to their half. When they get the ball on the offensive half, it's a slower paced offense. They're looking for the right shot. They get the ball to the left wing. That's number one, Munir Grigg with the miss. Centennial, fast paced. They're able to get the ball out to the corner. And that's number 12, Nate Wright. Wright kicks it to number 4, Carter Brown. Brown to number 1, Chris Glusk. Rogers ends up with the ball at the top of the key. Rogers dribbles right, kicks it back left to Lusk. Lusk to Butler. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Butler looking for his shot. Butler dishes it off to number 12, Nate Wright. That was a slick play at the end of the shot clock there, making the most of every pass. That was a slick pass from Butler. Snow able to get the ball up top to number 35, Saihai CSA. And Centennial able to make the most of the offensive rebound, gets the ball to Carter Brown. And Centennial, with that three-pointer there, takes a three-point lead. Damari Hunter fouled, dribbling it up the court on the right side there. We have a mass substitution here from both squads. Number 3, Damari Hunter for the Cougars, takes the ball. He's at the top of the key. Gets 2 screens at the top, kicks it out to Greg. Greg to number 4, Amari Oba. Oba looking to feed the post. Oba shoots the 3, miss. We have a foul on the ground, and it appears that the ball is going to be staying here with the Cougars. It was a loose ball foul underneath, and it's tough to box out number 35, Siahi Cic. It's a tough last name to pronounce, folks. Bear with me. But he's 6'9", and that's a tough body to box out there. Coronado looking to feed him, get him working. They find a way to get a basket there. That's number 1, Munir Greg. Drives it in with the left, gets the basket and the foul. A foul go on number 0, Kai Patton. That'll be his second personal, 4th team foul. At the line is Greg looking to capitalize on a three-point play the old-fashioned way. The basket's good. Centennial looking to make a substitution there. Patton, after a second foul, comes out. In comes number 15, Isaac Gleason. Gleason, guard, sophomore, 6'1". The Centennial team moves it fast. That was number 3, Jaden Yim with a missed 3. Hunter takes it up for the Cougars. Hunter to Oba. Oba with an easy layup. Amari Oba gives the Cougars a 2-point lead. We got 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. We have an offensive foul, though, on the other end. The foul go on number 11, Josh Agbo. That'll be Centennial's 5th team foul. It'll be interesting to see here if the Cougars decide to attack the basket here late in the first half, knowing that Centennial is in foul trouble. Hunter with the ball at the top of the key, looking to take advantage of the sophomore Gleason. Misses the pull-up jumper. Misses. That ball was loose there in the middle. Ball ends up in the hands of number 3, Jaden Yim. Yim gets it to Rogers. Rogers with a step back. Kicks it out to number 11, Josh Agbo. Agbo driving it in with the right. Stops his feet, jumps, misses. The ball ends up in Amarioba's hands, and he gets the ball to Greg, and then he doesn't get the ball to Greg, and before you know it, you got a traveling situation. With 2 minutes left to go here in the first half, the Cougars looking to hold on to the 2-point lead. Centennial here slowing it down, really trying to establish that half-court offense. They've been running gun all game. Rogers gets the ball at the left elbow, misses the elbow jumper. The ball ends up in Butler's hands. And we have a foul on the floor. Butler playing out of his mind right now. That foul will go on number 3 for Coronado, Damari Hunter. That'll be Hunter's second personal, second team foul here. No real threat of Centennial ending up in the bonus here. However, on the other end, we are 1 foul away from seeing some bonus free throws. Rogers on the left wing. Spinning jumper, short. Correction, that was Jaden Yim on that jumper. Greg drives right into Gleason. We got a blocking foul on Centennial. That foul will put the Cougars at the line here. Hopefully they can make the most of these. At the line is Munir Greg, 6'6" junior. Makes the first of the 2. Entering the ball game is number 20, Grayson Snow for Coronado. Greg looking to push it to a 2-possession lead here with this free throw, and he gets it. Centennial takes it to their side of the court. Butler with the ball in the middle. Butler to Rogers on the left side. Rogers scanning the floor, looks for Yim. Yim sets a screen, but Rogers denies it. He goes the other way. Yim with the ball at the top of the key in the middle. Yim back to Butler. Butler eyes down Greg. Butler wants it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They double at the top of the key. Yim for 3. Misses. Ball goes off of Gleason's leg, and it will be Coronado's ball. The Cougars, 4-point lead with 57 seconds left. Greg beats Butler in the backcourt. As soon as they crossed half court, we have a reaching call. That foul will go on Carter Butler. That'll be his second personal. The Cougars are in the bonus. At the line for the Cougars is number 4, Amari Oba. Oba goes 1 for 1. Oba looking to make it a 6-point game. We had a stoppage. We have a warning on the Centennial High School coach. It's kind of tough to hear with these headphones that I have on here, a lot of what's being said on the court. We do have a good crowd in attendance here at Coronado High School. But I've seen coaches get animated in my day, and I've seen coaches get warnings for a lot more than that. And but I mean, if you're the referee, you got to make a statement early. Don't let them get crazy. Centennial finds a way to get it to Butler on the wing. Misses. Coronado looking to advance it. Snow loses the ball. We got a little bingo, bango, bongo with the ball there in the middle of the court. It goes out. It's going to be Coronado's basketball. Entering the game for Coronado, number 33, Cooper Stahl. And number 22, Angelo Lareau. Can't afford to get any fouls here at the end of the half. This is where the role players got to step in and make a play. Greg drives it in, finds LaRoe. LaRoe to Oba. Oba for three. Money. Amori Oba breaks it open, but Centennial moves the ball quick. Gleason misses the three, gets his own rebound, then misses the putback. 5 seconds left to go in the half. Greg to Snow. Snow, 1 second. It's good. Grayson Snow in the same exact location that Siahi Saisai hit his three to end the first quarter. The Coronado Cougars of Henderson, Nevada are up 35 to Centennial 23. This Centennial team, who started off extremely strong early on, grew it to a 7-point lead, and then they really hit a drought, and their defense was not able to make up for a lot of their offensive woes. But we will see what the second half has in store after this commercial break. start in the second half here. The Centennial High School Huskies will have the ball down by 12 here. In a very entertaining first half of basketball, that 12-point lead really got extended at the end of that first half by Coronado, making the most of the bonus. Isaiah Rogers, though, starts off with the basket for the Huskies and cuts it to 10. The Huskies turn up the intensity, get a steal. We have a goaltending that was number 3, Damari Hunter from Coronado, from the Cougars. I realized in that first half for you folks at home, the Centennial High School Huskies are from Coronado, California, as they're playing Coronado, and that could be extremely confusing. So here on out, I'm going to be using Cougars and Huskies. The Cougars with the ball up by 9 points. The Huskies start off on a 4-0 run to start the second half. 7:10 left to go in the third period. The Cougars passing the ball around. The ball ends up in the hands of Greg. Greg at the top of the key. Greg in and out from the free throw line. The ball roll out of bounds, and the official points in favor of the Centennial Huskies. Huskies looking to extend their 4-0 run to start the half. They get the ball to Rogers in the corner. Rogers dribbles it up to the top of the key. Rogers finds a wide open Josh Agbo, who misses the 3. Ball ends up in the hands of number 5, Devon DeRoe. DeRoe gets the ball to Damari Hunter. Hunter drives the ball to the middle of the lane. Hunter goes up with it. Very tough layup. Collects himself in the middle of the paint and gets that basket. And Centennial speeds it up, turns it over, and we have a foul on the other end. Centennial, very fast-paced team trying to get back into it. Turns the ball over, starts a break for the Cougars, and that was number 1, Munir Gregg, who was able to get the ball up. Tough play at the rim. At the line, Greg makes the first of 2. That last foul was on number 0, Kai Patton. It'll be the first team foul for the Huskies to start the second half. At the line, Greg looking to go 2 for 2, and does. Patton inbounds the ball to Carter Butler. Butler had a hell of a first half, but almost gets the ball turned over there. Amari Oba for the Cougars. Some excellent help defense, but Butler looking to find his shot. Butler misses the step back jumper. The Cougars get the ball. Johnny Collins goes from the left side of the floor and finishes with his right. The Huskies pick up the pace. Rogers missed the 3 at the top of the key. The ball ends up in the hands of Munir Gregg. Gregg looks to advance it. The ball gets to Collins. Collins to Hunter. Hunter to Oba, but we have a foul on the drive. And Kai Patton was a little slow to get up after that one. The Cougars moving the ball efficiently. That ball movement allowed Amari Oba to make a drive to lane. He got fouled on the drive. That foul will go on Kai Patton. He has to come out of the ball game. He's replaced by number 1, Chris Lusk. The Cougars with the ball. They get the ball to Amari Oba, and Oba hits the 3. 44-27. Coronado Cougars over the Centennial Huskies. The ball ends up in the hands of number 1, Chris Lusk. Lusk fouled on the drive as he was going to the right side. Good sportsmanship there from number 3, Damari Hunter, helping him out after that tough foul. No shot. on that foul. They called that foul on the floor. We have a late substitution here. That was Grayson Snow. He came to the table extremely late. They're about to inbound the ball there. Snow replaces Damari Hunter. The Huskies look to inbound. Yim gets the ball in all the way to Isaiah Rogers, and Rogers to number 4, Carter Brown, gets the layup to go and one. That foul going number 1, Munir Gregg. That'll be his second personal, second team foul. At the line, is number 4, Carter Brown. Gets the three-point play. Coronado looking to inbound. Coronado gets the ball into Johnny Collins. Collins takes it up the right side of the floor, gets trapped, gets the ball to the middle, number 5. That ball ends up in the hands of Grayson Snow, and we have a traveling violation. Devon Doro was able to see Snow in the corner, and then Snow saw the open lane, got a little ahead of himself there. So 14-point lead in the third quarter. Centennial looking to cut into the lead, and they do. That's a huge three by Jaden Yim. Cuts the lead to 11. And this Centennial defense, if they can get a hold of their rotations here and their traps, they can cause some havoc and get back into this game quick. They had this game in the palm of their hands early on, and we had a missed basket there. That was number 5, Devon Duro, with the missed layup, and they're able to find another three. That's number 11, Josh Agbo, and we got a timeout, Coronado. They saw it coming. It was the turned up defensive intensity on one end, and then it was matched by back-to-back three-point baskets here for the Centennial Huskies with 4:15 left to go in the third period. Only down by 8 points now. The Adidas Cup is any team's game here. It's a beautiful Saturday night in Las Vegas. Lots of beautiful things happening right now, as well as Week 18 meaningful football. As we're recording this right now, we have the game going on between, earlier in the day was the Buccaneers defeating the Carolina Panthers, but then these afternoon games are slipping my mind right now. If only this Wi-Fi would load for me. Regardless, Week 18 football or the Adidas Cup basketball, there's great entertainment happening all over the world. Lots of good athletes, student athletes here on the floor tonight. And you could tell this game started off quick, but both teams have officially settled in fully. And the second half, the adjustments have been made. And as of right now, the adjustments that the Centennial Huskies have made seem to be working. We have a foul at the top of the key here. The Huskies turning up that pressure, trapping in the corners, looking to get their hands in the passing lane. Foul will go. Foul go on number 1, Chris Lusk. That'll be his second personal, third team foul. Coronado. Ball ends up in the hands of Johnny Collins. Collins goes all the way in the middle, and oh my goodness, he gets fouled going up. For a second there, everybody on the bench stood up as we knew what could have happened. Gets fouled though. Foul going number 4, Carter Brown. That'll be a second personal, fourth team foul. Collins went up like he wanted to flush it down. It's the type of high flying play that you love to see. He knows what he's got to do to keep this lead extended here because Collins bailed him out a good deal in the first half. Controlling the ball, making the right plays, moving the ball around. You could tell they rely on him a lot as a leader on the floor. Misses the front end of the two. Collins hits the second one. The lead is now 9. 3:57 left to go in the third period. Centennial with the ball. Centennial looking to continue this offensive onslaught that they've had to start the second half. They get the ball to Rogers. Rogers drives it in. Tough finish. Isaiah Rogers over Munir Gregg. And what do you know? The Huskies are back. 7-point game. The ball goes into the corner. Snow gets the ball to Gregg. Gregg gets the bar to Amari Oba. Oba at the top of the key. They get the ball to Collins, the rock of the offense. 18 on the shot clock. Grayson Snow with the ball. Snow with the dribble handoff to number 1, Munir Gregg. Great finish with the left. Found the lane and just finished it. He saw an opportunity coming off the screen. Johnny Collins is going to get called with a shooting foul there. That was number 3, Jaden Yim. One of the threes that was hit the beginning of this quarter came from Yim. But Johnny Collins left his feet. You can't leave your feet there. You leave your feet, you lose your seat, or you get a shooting foul. At the line is Yim. Yim misses the first of 2 or 3. I'm not sure if his foot was on the line here. Let's see. It's 2 shots. Yim cuts the lead to 8. The Cougars get the ball in to number 1, Munir Gregg. Gregg dribble handoffs to Snow. Snow at the top of the key. Dribble handoffs to Collins. Collins attacks, and the ball goes off of a Centennial Huskies player. They are saying it's going to stay here with Coronado. That's one of those ones there that we've all been in a high school gym before when we've seen a ball go out of bounds and we're like, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way it's going that way. And you wish you had the challenge system. Unfortunately, you only have that on YouTube replay. The Cougars missed the 3. That was Amari Oba from the corner with the miss. And the Huskies shoot and miss a 3 of their own. That was Isaiah Rogers. The ball's in the hands of number 3, Damari Hunter. Hunter kicks it to the corner to Snow. Snow misses. Isaiah Rogers gets the rebound, goes coast to coast, passes it to the other team. Munir Gregg drives it coast to coast, kicks it out to the corner. Damari Hunter, but before the shot, we have a traveling violation. That 30 seconds of basketball can end up on one of those viral TikTok videos of this is what high school basketball can look like sometimes. Fast pace, back to back to back turnovers. And the lead stays at 8 with 2 minutes. Isaiah Rogers at the top of the key. Isaiah Rogers makes a slick move, Euro step finish with the right. Rogers has really turned it up here in the second half, and this Huskies defense is staying intense too. The Cougars get the ball to number 35, Siahi. I'm going to call number 35 for the Cougars, SS. And we have an offensive foul called on the Cougars. That foul going number 3, Damari Hunter. That'll be his 4th personal, 4th team foul. And with that foul, Hunter's got to take a seat. Entering the ball game is number 5, Deveron Duro. 6'7", sophomore. Isaiah Rogers at the top of the key hits a big-time 3. Isaiah Rogers has turned it on here in the second half, and it is clear the Huskies, their halftime adjustments are making sense, and a lot of it is just pure hustle like you see right there. That's Jaden Yim finishing with the left hand. Coronado with the 1-point lead. They take it up the side again. They dribble right into a corner. They get trapped. They get the ball to DeRoe, though. Devon DeRoe to the corner to Snow. Snow kicks it up to Greg. And now they can breathe a little bit. This Huskies defense has turned it up a whole nother notch here in this third quarter. It's a 1-point lead with 38 seconds. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Greg drives it in and misses the floater. The ball's loose, and it's going to stay here with the Cougars. But let me tell you, that number 3, Jaden Yim, thought he was going to get an offensive foul there, or he may have slipped up. But Greg had a wide-open opportunity at a floater, and it just goes in and out, really. Got a 1-point lead here, 28 seconds. The Cougars looking to not lose the lead here before heading into the fourth here at home. The ball ends up in the hands of Devon DeRoe. He gets fouled going up. There was 3 Huskies around him. Let's see who they call this one on. That foul going number 12, Nate Wright. It'll be their 5th team foul. At the line, Devon DeRoe shooting 2. And he goes 1 for 1 here to start off the 2. Entering the ball game for the Huskies is number 4, Carter Brown. The official is having a quick little chat here. And it appears that number 5, Devon DeRoe, has a little bit of blood on his wrist. I think he already has some bandage on his wrist. Let's see here. You see this happen from time to time. Cannot play around with the blood getting on the ball, getting passed around to everybody. It's not good. It is not good. But DeRoe, blood and all, makes both. Extends the lead to 3 for the Cougars. We have an officials timeout here. We had an officials timeout. I'm not necessarily sure what the warning is. Oh, we have a clock issue. Appears the clock may not have started once they had inbounded the ball, but we have all that reset now. And the Huskies get the ball to Carter Butler, who has the ball at the top of the key, and there's 16 seconds left. They're going to look to find the perfect shot here. They've had an amazing third quarter. It would be even better if they can finish this tied, potentially down by 1 to start the third. We've had 2 buzzer beaters to end quarters so far, and we will not have 3. It was the same spot, but number 3, Jaden Yim, gets his shot blocked by Munir Gregg. If we would have had 3 buzzer beater shots at the end of the quarter, that would have been an anomaly that would have made you a lot of money at a sports book. Anyways, we will catch you guys at the start of the fourth quarter. Your score, Coronado 49, Centennial 46. Coming back to start the fourth quarter, the Coronado Cougars will start with the ball. They were thoroughly outplayed there in that third period. 8 minutes left to go here at the Adidas Cup at their home court. The Cougars, Greg with the ball at the top of the key. Greg gets the ball to Oba at the top of the key. Kicks it off to Snow. Snow looking to feed the post to DeRoe. Instead finds Collins. Collins in the middle of the lane and misses the paint jumper. Rogers for the Huskies drives it in with the left. Finishes with the right. Isaiah Rogers is having himself a second half. It was Carter Butler in the first and Isaiah Rogers here in the second half. He is finding a rhythm. That was a very, very impressive play on the wing there. He switched the ball from his right hand to his left hand, finishing back with the right, absorbing the contact and looking to make the three-point play, and does. We have a tie ball game here. 7:30 left to go in the ball game. Snow for the Cougars drives it in with the left and finishes with the left. Does it all himself there. Rogers, though, you know the ball's in his hands. The Huskies looking to find another offensive play to keep this momentum going. This is right around the time in the first half where they had found a lull. So I'm hoping that they can keep up the intensity. They pass the ball around the top of the key. The ball ends up in the hands of Kai Patton, who misses the right-hand layup. The Cougars end up with it. And Greg standing on the logo with Rogers in front of him. Looking to get a screen from Snow. Greg takes it to the left, looking to feed the post. Greg drives it to the right, finds Collins. Collins takes to the middle lane, and we have a foul on the floor. We have a foul on the floor here. Collins, who is going to his left, who pulled up. That foul will go on number 3, Jaden Yim. I had stated it earlier, but just so you're clear too, the fouls reset each quarter. That was the first team foul. And the Cougars get sloppy with it on offense. The Huskies looking to find another three-point basket from Jaden Yim, and they do. The Cougars a bit stunned here at home. Looking to find some offense from Greg. Greg, top of the key, gets a screen from DeRoe. That screen floated all the way to the bottom. Ended up in the hands of Colin. Back to Greg. Greg with the right. Looks up, misses. Ball gets tipped around. Another offensive board. And Devon DeRoe ends up with the putback basket there. And the Huskies are going to need to keep scoring if they want to stay in this game. Coronado, oh my goodness, we have a tough foul there. Isaiah Rogers ends up landing on top of Devon DeRoe, but Rogers really, he took off there, and it's one of those scary plays. He's holding his back. You could see him, a ton of pain right there. Isaiah Rogers, who not only just landed on his back, but has played sensationally in this second half. You know he's tired. Sometimes an athlete just needs an extra 10 to 15 seconds on the floor. Soak in the moment a little bit, catch your breath, and I guarantee you that ball's going to end up back in his hands on this next offensive possession. He's not coming out. He's shooting these 2 free throws. That foul on DeRoe, that'll be Coronado's second team foul. We do have a little bit of confusion here. Longtime Coronado coach Jeff Kaufman out by the scorer's table right now, looking for an answer. Both officials deliberate. Coronado players look pretty distraught. And we have an intentional foul. And Kaufman is not happy with this. Isaiah Rogers will be at the line shooting three here and the ball back for the Coronado Cougars. That intentional foul is ruled the way I think it is, but Kaufman is livid right now, and it was a bang-bang play. I completely understand where he's coming from. He had a Isaiah Rogers who was flying in there. Got hit pretty hard. Rogers hits the first two free throws. And they get the ball back. So it wasn't three free throws. You don't get the extra free throw for the intentional foul. However, you do get the ball back here, and in a very, very close game, there's had tons of lead changes. And now Kaufman has been issued a sideline warning. Both coaches have now been issued a sideline warning, something to monitor here as we approach the late half of this ball game. They look for another alley-oop. That's the second time they've run that play. That's Butler to Patton. Caught him sleeping on the backside of the defense, and before you know it, the Centennial Huskies now have a 3-point lead with 5:09 and counting left to go in the fourth period. Collins gets the ball to Oba. Oba dribbles it to the left corner. Guarded tightly by Butler, misses the turnaround jumper, and the ball ends up in the hands of Rogers. Rogers looks to make a move, keeps the ball in his left hand. He's comfortable with them both. Butler ends up with the ball on the left side. Butler one-on-one on the left side with Grayson Snow on him, and he takes advantage of it. That's Carter Butler, the sophomore, 6'1" sophomore, going against Grayson Snow, a 5'11" sophomore. Future's bright for those two. They've seen a lot of minutes tonight, meaningful minutes. The Cougars find a way to get the ball to Greg in the post, and Greg goes up, finishes. And truthfully, I think if Kaufman may not have gotten a foul on that last, or a warning a second ago, they might have got that call there. That was a tough layup by number one, Munir Greg. We got 4:14 left to go in the fourth quarter. We will catch you guys after this short commercial break. Coming out of that timeout, Kaufman was still talking with one of the officials looking for an answer on that intentional foul down low. They're trying to explain it to Devon Duro right now on the bench, and they are struggling to find the words. 4:13 left to go in the fourth quarter, and the Centennial Huskies have the lead. They find a way to get the ball to number 3, Jaden Yim, wearing the number 3, hitting his third three, and the Huskies have a 6-point lead. Number 3, Demario Hunter with the ball at the top of the key for the Cougars. Looking to feed the ball to Greg. Greg just finished a tough layup on the last possession. Greg holds that triple threat position. Likes his matchup down low. Finds a way to kick it to Oba in the opposite corner, and Oba hits the three to cut it to 3. Isaiah Rogers has the ball tapping his chest saying, everybody get away, I want the ball. Rogers gets a screen. Rogers can make really any shot he wants happens, gets the ball to Butler. Butler kicks it to number 0, Kai Patton. And Patton, with a tough layup, extends the lead to 5 with 3 minutes in counting. Hunter takes the ball up the court, being guarded by Yim. They get the ball to Johnny Collins. Collins back at the top of the key. And the Cougars looking to find the right play. They kick the ball to Oba at the high post. Oba at the elbow, kicks it off to Hunter. Hunter, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hunter kicks it to number 1. And that is Munir Gregg for 3. And what a time to have that 3. They cut the lead to 2. Isaiah Rogers with the ball at the top of the key. Can he make another play happen? Rogers finds Patton. Patton dribbles to the middle, finds number 11. That was Josh Agbo who missed it, and he had a good look. That would have been a very momentous play, and instead, number 3 on the other end, Damari Hunter hits the layup to tie the ball game with 2 minutes, 2 seconds. The Centennial Huskies call a timeout, and Joshua Giles, the Huskies head coach, is not happy. This game could really go either way right now. We are going to be commercialless after 2 minutes left to go. We will see you after the break. We're back from the timeout. 2:02 left to go. And this tie ball game, tied at 63. We've seen the Centennial Huskies come back from a 14-point halftime deficit. A lot of it due to Isaiah Rogers, who has the ball currently at the top of the key. Rogers gets a screen from Agbo. They double him. Rogers gets the ball to Agbo. Agbo gets the ball to Butler. Butler, 12 seconds on the shot clock, drives in the middle. Finds Kai Patton for 3 in the corner. He pulls up and he passes out of it. The ball ends up in Jaden Yim's hands. Yim goes to Patton in the corner, and it's blocked. What a play by number 1, Munir Gregg right there. Blocks the shot, throws the ball off of Kai Patton in the corner, and with 1:29 left, that's the type of play that'll win you a ball game. Momentum has shifted here for the Cougars. Munir Gregg, what a play. Honestly, the best defensive possession I've seen all night from the Coronado Cougars, and exactly when they needed it. With the ball in his hands is Damari Hunter. Hunter dribbles to the right. Hunter looking to find Collins in the middle. Collins scans the floor, gets a screen from Oba. Oba. The ball ends up in Hunter's hands, and then it ends up in Munir Gregg's hands at the right side of the floor. And Munir Gregg with another tough layup, misses it, grabs his own rebound, misses it, and grabs his own rebound again. We got a foul on the floor here. It's a loose ball foul. That foul will go on number 3, Jaden Yim. That'll be a second personal, second team foul. The fouls did not come into play a factor here. late in the fourth quarter, we're probably not going to be seeing any bonus free throws for the remainder of the game. But we have ourselves a tie ball game with 55 seconds left, and Johnny Collins has it. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Ball gets to Oba on the left wing. Oba at the top of the key finds it a way to get it to Johnny Collins on the handoff. Another handoff here to Damari Hunter. Hunter, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Hunter's cooking. It's a two-pointer, and Hunter misses. We have a foul called on the rebound, and that foul is going to end up going on Jaden Yim, and I understand Yim's frustration on this. Yim was boxing out, and it appeared that that Coronado Cougars player, I did not catch a number on it, was going up for the putback, and Yim just kind of took the legs out from underneath him. But that's a big-time foul here. We have a timeout called by Coronado. 32 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter, the Adidas Cup. Coronado, who has battled back from a first quarter deficit and honestly a third quarter run from the Centennial Huskies, sits with the ball on their side of the court. 32 seconds left to go here, and it'll be interesting to see what they want offensively. Munir Gregg has played really, really well as of the past few minutes. But it appeared to me earlier in the first half that the offense was being generated from a lot of what Johnny Collins was able to do passing the rock. The possession arrow is in favor of the Centennial Huskies. Important to note in case we see any jump balls here with 32 seconds left. A ball would end up with the Huskies. Got to have your best inbounds play here. This has got to lead to a stable basket. I would imagine it's beyond just trying to get the ball in and run a set, but I could be wrong. Kaufman's been doing this a lot longer than I've been announcing, that's for sure. The Cougars with the ball, looking to inbound, and they found number 35, Siahi, and he could have taken advantage of that matchup, 6'9" over number 0, Kai Patton, but the ball ends up in Munir Gregg's hands. 21 seconds left to go on the game clock. The ball ends up in Oba's hands for 3, and he misses. Isaiah Rogers with the rebound. Who else? 13 seconds left to go. And the crowd's on edge. Rogers dribbles it to the left. Rogers finds number 11. That was Josh Agbo. And the ball is going to end up staying here with the Huskies. But Agbo, who had a pretty tough look off the pass from Rogers, misses it. And we have a clock issue currently. We should have roughly 2 seconds left on the clock. We're going to have a timeout here from Corona Centennial. And it was just now that I realized that there could have been a couple of mistakes from me tonight as far as calling them Coronado, California. Corona Centennial, California. The Huskies making the trip out here to Vegas, hoping to leave this trip victorious. They had the ball in Isaiah Rogers' hands late, and it was honestly an unselfish play. Rogers knew that the defense was going to collapse on him, and he was able to find Agbo in the corner. You get the luck of the draw here with the ball bouncing out of bounds, taking the most of this clock issue that we have going on currently here. Now we have the clock fixed. There's 2 seconds left to go in this ball game. Are we about to witness another buzzer beater to end the quarter, to end the game, to win it here for the Centennial Huskies? Joshua Giles was down on a knee on that last time out, drawing up a play for the guys. Really, at this point, it's just a reminder. It's a tough place to inbound the ball there on that sideline. It's tight, and your windows aren't necessarily the biggest, especially when you have a 6'9" Cougar Siahi in front of you. But they get the ball inbounds quickly to Rogers, and there's a quick foul on the floor. They do have a foul to give. That foul goes on number 20, Grayson Snow. That'll be just the third team foul. There's 1 second left to go. It needs to be a catch and shoot, and we have a timeout here by Joshua Giles. Giles and Kaufman saving their timeouts for this last minute for this exact reason. Every possession is more important than the last, and with 1 second, a team that's had 2 plays in the half court that have led to alley-oops, I'm thinking that we might see something right at the rim here from Kai Patton, who had both of those alley-oops come off the pass of Carter Butler. Something to mention. They do have a 6'9" Siahi Saisai, who is going to be standing right in front of the inbounder, making it very, very difficult. But look at the situation we have. We have Butler taking it. They're looking to find Carter. They get the ball in the corner to Rogers, and he misses it. We are going to overtime here in Henderson, Nevada, at Coronado High School. Bear with me as we figure out what these overtime rules are going to look like, how much time will be on the clock. It appears we're going to have 4 minutes, and the fouls are going to carry over from the fourth quarter into overtime, meaning both teams are 3 fouls away from being in the bonus. Can that come into factor here in the second half? Or will we see a lot of what happened in that fourth quarter where these referees decided to let these guys play a little bit more freely towards the end of that game? We did have a moment in which Isaiah Rogers and Devon Duro had a collision underneath the basket, which led to an intentional foul. And it was that intentional foul that also got Jeff Kaufman a warning. Both coaches have been issued a sideline warning so far for this game. And as we start this overtime period, everybody in the crowd has gone from leaning back to sitting forward. There's 4 more minutes of basketball left to play here at the Adidas Cup. Set to jump, Kai Patton and Devon Duro. Patton wins the tip, and the ball ends up in the hands of Carter Butler. Butler will be met by Collins defending him on the other side. Butler scanning the floor, gets the ball to Rogers. Rogers has Oba on him. Rogers kicks it out to Agbo. Agbo passes it out to Patton, who misses the 3. But Butler crashes the board and misses. The ball ends up in the hands of Amari Oba. Oba passes it to Hunter, and Hunter will get the set started. Hunter looking left, looking right, gets a screen from Duro. Hunter at the top left, looks for Oba, doesn't pass it to Oba, ends up in the hands of Johnny Collins, who drives hard to the left and misses. Collins, though, plays tough and ends up with his own rebounds, and Kai Patton bats the ball out of bounds. Johnny Collins loves driving it hard to the left side. I've seen it a couple of times here these past couple of sets. We have an over and back violation. That is number 5, Carter Butler, defending Munir Gregg. Gregg thought that the ball was touched by Butler, meaning that if he picked it up, that ball would not be an over and back violation. However, the official on the opposite side of the floor calls an over and back violation. The ball ends up in the hands of Butler. Butler drives it to his right. Butler misses the layup. Went high off the glass there. The ball ends up in the hands of Munir Gregg. Gregg goes up and gets fouled. Gregg rolls around here for a second on the floor. That foul will go on number 3, Jaden Yim. Very important to know that's his fourth personal, fourth team foul. At the line, Munir Gregg. Munir Gregg, hands on his knees, exhausted. Both teams are. The crowd goes silent. Gregg, first half of the two. He makes it. It's that eerie silence before the free throw. It's almost more deafening than sound itself sometimes. But he is able to overcome it and hit the first end of the two. Looking to extend the lead to 2 here. Gregg gets both. The Coronado Cougars have a 2-point lead with 2:45 left to play here in overtime. Isaiah Rogers with the ball. Rogers gets trapped at the top of the key. Isaiah Rogers ends up with the ball at the top of the key, and he gets fouled on the drive. He'll be fouled by number 4, Amari Oba. That'll be Oba's second personal, fourth team foul. Both teams are 2 fouls away each from being in the bonus. 2:36 left to play in this overtime period. But they had the ball in the hands of Isaiah Rogers there, and they find him again. 4-3. Isaiah Rogers in and out. That's a tough one right there. That would have gave the Huskies the lead. The ball ends up in the hands of Collins, who gets the ball to Hunter. Hunter gets the ball to Collins. Defended tightly by Butler. Butler's switching everybody at top. Amari Oba with the ball. Back in the hands of Hunter. Hunter looks to drive past him. Does, and gets fouled on the drive. He will be shooting 2. A foul go on number 3, Jaden Yem. If that's correct, that's his 5th personal, and he has been fouled out of this ball game. Jaden Yem, their 3-point specialist. It's a tough foul there on the drive. Butler was guarding him tightly. I think Butler thought it was on him, but instead it was Yim, who now is replaced by number 4, Carter Brown. Number 3, Damari Hunter, misses the first free throw. You know, sometimes the old saying remains true: the ball don't lie. Hunter with a chance to make it a 3-point lead, give the Cougars a little breathing room, and he does. The Huskies get the ball in to number 5, Carter Butler, their point guard, their 6'1" sophomore, who gets it to number 21, Isaiah Rogers, the senior. Isaiah Rogers gets trapped in the corner again and turns it over. The ball ends up in the hands of DeRoe, but before that, Devon DeRoe traveled. And Jeff Kaufman did not like that call at all. Mimic the referee a little bit on the traveling call. I didn't necessarily see it either. But as the Huskies are getting the ball up there, Amari Oba almost steals the pass, but his ball ends up foot on the line, and we have a timeout called. That timeout will be called by Corona Centennial. We are, we're experiencing quite a ball game here. I know I said we're going to be commercialist, but I didn't think we're going to overtime. We'll catch you after this commercial. 1 minute, 51 seconds left to play in overtime. The Coronado Cougars with a 3-point lead over the Corona Centennial Huskies. The ball ends up in the hands of number 4, Carter Brown. Brown kicks it to Butler. Butler to Patton. Back to Brown. Now the ball ends up in the hands of Rogers. Back to Patton. And Patton misses the in. It was supposed to be a pass to the interior to Agbo, but the ball ends up in Rogers' hands, and he stepped back. He shoots a 3 and misses. And we have a shot clock violation and the foul called at the end. A loose ball foul, rebounding foul. That means that the Coronado Cougars are in the bonus. Foul going number 4, Carter Brown. And now Coronado with 2 free throws, a chance to extend the lead to 5 with 1:21 left. Devon Duro makes the first of 2. Duro goes 2 for 2. Agbo gets the ball in quickly to Carter Butler. Butler looking for the basket here. Carter Butler drives it in, finds Agbo in the corner, and the shot is blocked. Damari Hunter with the big-time block. The ball ends up now in the hands of Munir Gregg. Gregg gets the ball to Oba. Oba back to Hunter. Hunter on the left side of the wing, dribbles to the middle, guarded by Butler. Now Johnny Collins is on Patton at the top of the key. Collins dribble handoffs to Hunter. Hunter gets the ball to Gregg. 11, 10 on the shot clock. Gregg, one-on-one with Kai Patton. Looks at the shot clock, attacks the rim, goes in and gets blocked. That was a big-time block, and now they got the ball. The Huskies driving it in. Carter Butler was the lead man on that fast break, and they end up having a reset. Isaiah Rogers misses a layup, and now we have a foul called after the Coronado Cougars were able to corral the ball. Big time rebound there. 21 seconds left. 5-point lead for the Coronado Cougars. And going to the line, the man that's been stable for them all night, Munir Gregg. Taking his sweet old time getting the line. He is exhausted. Everybody's exhausted on the court right now. Gregg goes 1 for 1. Extends the lead to 6. A basket here really puts this one out of reach, as it'll be a 3-possession game. And he gets it. 7-point lead. The Huskies get the ball in the hands of Isaiah Rogers, who dribbles it down quick. He attacks the basket. Shoots a layup, and it gets blocked by Devon Duro. We got another foul. Carter Butler fouls Johnny Collins, and Collins is going to end up going to the line here to pretty much seal the Huskies' fate. This has been quite a ball game. Back and forth affair. Tons of lead changes. The swings have been wild, but Collins misses the first one. The lead stays at 7. But let's not let this be lost on the comeback that the Centennial Huskies have been on. Down by 14 at half to come back and send it to overtime is impressive. And they missed the 3 there. That was Carter Butler that missed the 3, and that is going to do it. Your final score here at Coronado High School, the Coronado Cougars 70, the Corona Centennial Huskies 63. Your final in overtime. We appreciate you guys watching and listening. It's a hell of a game by both squads, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. Goodbye.